we doing? I'm continuing the series with the motor swap reviews. We got the RX7 on this race. This is a 4-rotor versus a 2-rotor. So the performance points on the two cars isn't that big of a difference, but the horsepower is doubled. So this is the 2-rotor version, which is 499 horse. The 4-rotor is just under 1,000, and again, this is a fully modified car, but no tweaking of the suspension or gearing or anything like that. So I'm going to try to do this with a preset or a custom race so we can avoid the rain. And also I put in tire wear and fuel. That way we can get an idea of how these things drink and all that as well. So the car feels pretty punchy right out of the gate. It's definitely got more power as it spools into that high range turbo. You are dealing with a little bit of turbo lag, but I mean, on this car you could correct that with the mid-range turbo. It actually lost performance points by going with the high range, but the 4-rotor would not allow the mid-range, so we went with high just to keep them on a similar build. This car may even run out of gear. I mean, if we're going to double the power this thing has in the next race, it's going to run out of gearing right away. It already has more than enough power to break the back end loose at speed. I don't feel like this thing needs another couple of rotors at this point. Doubling the engine's probably going to make the car way more of a handful. So with fuel and tires set to 1, nothing seems obnoxious. I mean, this isn't a car where I'm driving it and I'm thinking it needs more power, so this might be one of those cases where a much bigger motor and doubling the friggin' power of it hurts the car. I mean, this car's pretty good to drive right away, and it's light, it's agile. Oh. As you get into it, it's ready to walk on you. Just with the 2-rotor setup. I have a pretty strong feeling this thing is going to need a light touch on the throttle. I mean, here we are there where we can't really get into it. You can't get into it with 2 rotors. You're going to double the horsepower on this monster. Oh, this is going to be ugly. See what she's got. I don't know if I can do a retry. I think if I retry, I think I have to back out to change cars. Which that sucks, but whatever. All right. I'm doing 3 laps. I'm putting fuel consumption on, tire wear on, dry. I'm leaving them as intermediate just to hopefully get them out of our way. And let's see. Everything went well. This should be the gray car. I can't see because my camera is blocking it. I think I just saw, yep, there we are. I don't even want to hit the gas. I mean, it sounds better. Oh my God, that wasn't even touching the throttle. I literally was not touching the throttle there. I don't know if the balance is just off or... I mean, the back end I wouldn't think would come off. I wouldn't think it would come around on you when you're not on the gas. Yeah. I mean, you really... you really don't want to touch that gas pedal on this car. It's just too much. And then there I felt like it was not spooling. Short shifting like crazy. Oh, I didn't even look at the lap times on the other car. I felt comfortable in it. I wasn't even paying attention. This thing is feels like you're petting a lion. Yeah, I didn't change the transmission, but this one will do 200. Yeah, you are afraid to open it up. I mean, or at least I am. I don't want to overreact with this car just because it's like on the knife edge all the time. The car's got me quiet because I'm afraid to floor it. I would say, I mean, this car is way more serious than, I think stiffening up the suspension would help it. I think you could add some anti-lag. Fuel doesn't look to be completely different. But, it may even be more of a gas guzzler if you take it onto a more open track. I can't put the throttle down on it, so it's not drinking any more than the two-rotor, but I'm also not feeding it. This car may be a mess on the controller or with the wheel. It may be a mess just because it's, I mean, you gotta be real light on the throttle pedal. This is just flooring it. So yeah, when you floor it, it's a disaster. I'll try that one more time. Like, I don't think you can put the power down without, I don't know what that was. Let's find a straight. That's straight enough for what we're doing here. Oh God, did we just get rear-ended? Yep, there's the rest of the group. That's fine. So it's just blistering. I actually kept it straight. That actually surprised me, but it was blistering those tires. Let's see if we can muscle our way into first. Oh God. Wheels pulling. This has happened to me a couple times where it just like freaks out. But I don't know. It's fun. This is kind of why I'm running with two setups. Like before I'm doing the engine swap, I'm making sure that I have the normal build as well. Because I don't know that I like that more. The other car, I mean, it just might be that it's too much car for me to handle. You might have more success. But this is way different than the Miata build. The Miata, I loved the rotary so much more than the reciprocating motor. The 4-rotor on this versus the 2-rotor, I kind of prefer the 2-rotor. I prefer the way it's supposed to be. Like it is too much power, if there's such a thing. For that chassis, oh, I mean, it's I'm assuming when they do these real builds, they've got to be freaking structuring the hell out of the car, because that was a light chassis to begin with. But let's check the power curves again real quick, see if we can see any kind of real difference there. So let's, I mean, we know the difference, but I just wonder if the power band is different on it. It's relatively flat. I mean, it's not peaky, especially with that high RPM turbo. I would have expected it to be peakier, but it looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and switch cars real quick. Oh, that doesn't work. Turbo, that'll work. So that's a lot peakier, which is surprising. It's I mean, the torque is relatively flat, but it falls off. Let's change to the mid RPM turbo, because that's what I would have. The PP actually goes up with that, so. That change it? Doesn't even look like it changed. Maybe we have to run this first? No, I don't even see a difference. So that's medium. 499 power. That is, maybe it doesn't change this. Oh, here we go. So that didn't change, correct? It didn't, oh, okay. Yeah, see that looks, I mean, we're losing freaking what, 6 horsepower? And look at the dip that it puts in there on the torque and on the horsepower. Like you're losing so much under the graph that, like, it makes sense that you lose a little bit of performance points, because this car is just going to be better I mean, all day long, I would trade 6 horsepower that you'll never feel for the much flatter curve on that medium RPM turbo. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great day and take care.